This is wild, and the details coming out right now are huge for the Lakers and one of their core contributors. As we break this down today, we're going to dive deep into what's being reported, who exactly is involved, and what it could mean for the future of the Los Angeles Lakers as a franchise. Welcome back to Lakers Digest. I'm Hunter Pitkoff, and you already know we cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. It might be the off-season, but there are no days off here. This channel is bringing you non-stop coverage, insight, and analysis on all things Lakers, especially during one of the busiest summers in recent memory. Before we dive in, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. 73% of you watching right now aren't subscribed yet, so make sure you get in on the coverage, because everything regarding this Lakers off-season, all the moves, all the rumors, and now these breaking updates, you'll get them here first. All right, let's get into it. First, the big headline from Yoan Buha, who formerly covered the Lakers for The Athletic and now shares insights independently. And he's dropping some serious intel here. According to his report, right now the Lakers are not expected to extend Rui Hachimura within the next 6 weeks. He says it's possible something could happen, but most of the chatter around the team points to them wanting to keep the books clean. They want to see how Hachimura's role develops, whether he'll emerge as a starter, a sixth man, or fit somewhere else in this new lineup. That's a lot to unpack. So let's break this down, piece by piece. First, we know Rui Hachimura is in the final year of his current contract. If the Lakers decide not to extend him, he's going to hit free agency, opening up both cap space and roster flexibility. Buha's point about keeping the books clean is critical here. When you step back and look at the Lakers roster heading into the 2026 offseason, there are a lot of moving parts. LeBron James could opt out of his final year. Austin Reeves might do the same. DeAndre Ayton could opt out. Maxi Kleber's contract expires. Gabe Vincent's deal is up. Even Jackson Hayes signed only a one-year deal, which means he's off the books after this season. All of a sudden, the Lakers are positioned to have a ton of cap flexibility. The only players guaranteed to be under contract are Luka Doncic, Jared Vanderbilt, D'Angelo Russell, Bronny James, and a few other smaller contracts. But the big costs are really just Luka and Vanderbilt. That kind of space gives the Lakers options. They could pivot, make trades, or bring in free agents to fill key roles without being hamstrung by current salary commitment. That's why the timing on Hachimura's extension is so interesting. It's not just about him. It's about how his role fits into this new team configuration, with Luka now as the centerpiece rather than LeBron or Anthony Davis. Now let's dive deeper into Rui Hachimura's on-court performance, because this really helps explain why the Lakers are evaluating him so carefully. Last season was arguably the peak of his career to date, and arguably the most impactful in terms of contributing to the Lakers' overall success. At 28 years old this season, Hachimura has shown a level of consistency that was missing earlier in his career. He averaged 13 points per game, grabbed 5 rebounds, and shot an efficient 50% from the field, while knocking down over 40% from beyond the arc. What's especially impressive is that this marks the second consecutive year he's maintained this level of production, demonstrating that his performance is not a fluke, but a true reflection of his growth and adaptation to the Lakers system. When you compare this to his time in Washington, the difference is stark. Hachimura always had talent, no question, the size, the athleticism, the scoring ability, but he struggled to translate it into consistent output. Part of that was due to instability in coaching and rotation. Part of it was role confusion, and part of it was the lack of a system that maximized his skill set. Off the court, he also faced challenges that affected his development. Now, with the Lakers, he's been given a clearer role, more consistent minutes, and the guidance of a franchise that has invested in his growth. That combination has allowed him to finally hit his stride, showing both efficiency and reliability on offense while continuing to refine his defensive contribution. Now, in Los Angeles, he's shown he can contribute efficiently. But with new pieces coming in, including Luka Doncic taking over as the primary focal point and a fresh rotation being built around him, the Lakers' front office seems to be in a wait-and-see mode. They want to evaluate Hachimura's fit, his role, and how he complements the emerging core before committing long-term. Essentially, they're balancing reward and risk. They see his upside, but they also recognize the importance of maintaining cap flexibility and keeping options open. This isn't just speculation, this is strategic front office management. The Lakers are in a transitional phase, building around Luka while still maintaining veteran presence and flexibility. Hachimura's future is intertwined with that strategy. His performance, versatility, and consistency will dictate whether he remains a key piece or if the Lakers explore other avenues in free agency or trade scenarios. Now, to put all of this in perspective, we have to take a look at Rui Hachimura's journey and why the Lakers even took the swing on him in the first place. Let's be honest, the Washington Wizards, where Hachimura came from, haven't exactly been known as a great development organization. They've struggled to maximize young talent consistently, and that showed during his time there. The Lakers, recognizing both the risk and the potential, made a bold move. They traded Kendrick Nunn and, if memory serves, 2 second-round picks to bring Rui Hachimura into the fold. And if we're being realistic, that trade has to be considered a win for the Lakers. Kendrick Nunn didn't live up to the expectations set for him, and the team managed to offload a contract that wasn't working in their favor. In exchange, they got Hachimura, who has become a highly efficient, versatile scoring option. What's remarkable is that Hachimura has transformed himself into a reliable catch-and-shoot threat. In college at Gonzaga and during his stint with the Wizards, he wasn't known for his three-point shooting, but he put in the work, the off-season reps, the skill development, the focus, and it paid off. Over the last 2 seasons with the Lakers, Hachimura has shot over 40% from 3, and this comes over the largest sample of games he's played in his career. He's become someone the Lakers can count on to stretch the floor, knock down open shots, and keep defenses honest. Beyond shooting, Hachimura has also improved his rebounding, though that still isn't his strongest suit. Defense is where the real questions arise. When you look at the lineup with LeBron James and Luka Doncic, he fits beautifully on offense. He's a cutter, a mid-range threat, and a player who can post up when needed. He attacks the basket with aggression and has developed a consistency that allows him to complement a primary ball handler like Luka or a superstar like LeBron. But defensively, there's a mismatch when paired with LeBron. Both occupy similar positions on the court in terms of defensive assignments, and neither is particularly adept at chasing perimeter players consistently at this stage of their careers. That's why the Lakers are in this cautious evaluation mode to see whether Hachimura should start or take on a sixth-man role, and how all the pieces fit together with the new roster. Adding to the complexity, last year there was debate over whether Dorian Finney-Smith should have been starting over Hachimura. J.J. Redick never fully implemented that shift, and while Finney-Smith had the traditional 3-and-D skill set, Hachimura's offensive versatility ultimately made him more valuable. This season, the Lakers have added even more depth. Jake LaRavia, a young 3-and-D wing, and Marcus Smart, a former Defensive Player of the Year, now provide additional competition for minutes. LaRavia, just 23 or 24, offers a long-term option, while Smart brings defensive intensity, leadership, and championship experience. Even if he's not the sharpshooter, Hachimura is. This means Hachimura's role isn't guaranteed, and he'll have to continue proving himself to secure a starting spot, though he likely gets the first opportunity to do so. Ultimately, the leaked details show that the Lakers are not currently planning a long-term extension for Hachimura. Instead, they are evaluating him within this evolving roster, considering how he meshes with the new pieces and keeping their books flexible for future moves. It's a smart, strategic approach. They're not overcommitting, yet they're maximizing the opportunity to see what Hachimura can bring. This is a critical offseason for him and for the Lakers. As roles are being defined, chemistry is being built, and the team is balancing development with competitive performance. So, as we watch all of this unfold, we'll continue to monitor Hachimura closely, along with every member of the Lakers roster. If you want to stay on top of all these developments, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Remember, 73% of you watching this right now aren't subscribed yet. That means you're already getting free coverage, but subscribing ensures you won't miss a single update on everything happening with your Los Angeles Lakers. The offseason might be quiet on the court, but behind the scenes, there's constant movement, evaluation, and decision-making. And Rui Hachimura's story is one of the most intriguing parts of this summer. A player on the cusp of either solidifying his role or being challenged by the new roster dynamics.